I would like to welcome to the stage my colleagues from across the pond, Chris and Maysa, who are going to give us the latest on two of our hottest product offerings, Symphony Federated and Voice Direct.
Hi, everyone. My name is Maysa Baladi.
And I'm Chris Winberg. And some of you might remember from last year in London, we demoed the latest features of our compliance-enabling messaging solution, Federation. Today, we're going to show you how these channels are connecting you with your clients on the platform they prefer.
Specifically, at last year's conference in London, we showed how easy it was to onboard contacts natively from a mobile phone, and how both voice and text communications could be centralized within the Symphony mobile app. Now, 1 year later, we take these types of features for granted as they've become almost second nature to our users and how they engage with the solution.
Exactly, and significantly, the upgrade to this service this year is we can now offer all of these services from a single dedicated mobile number, powered by our partner Umony, which allows that valuable client data to flow through your business with automations and integrations.
Yep. And the validation that we're getting from customers on this specifically has been really encouraging. In terms of messages sent, we've seen close to a 3x growth in usage year over year.
So today we're going to walk through 3 different scenarios inspired from some wealth management and compliance use cases we've seen across our customer base. Firstly, we're going to show you how you can integrate these federated networks with your internal systems, seamlessly distributing information across multiple channels and clients in seconds. Secondly, we'll show you the frictionless experience between mobile and desktop and the native use of voice and messaging. And last, but by no means least, we're going to show you how we enable proactive compliance monitoring and generate actionable business intelligence.
So to keep our hands free, we're accompanied today by our colleagues Min, who's on stage and ready to go, and Harrison at the back, who will be helping with the demo, which as always is live, so thank you guys. And with that, let's dive in and pull up the screens. So to start, we'll show how you can use integrated systems to broadcast messages to your network. Let's say I'm a private wealth manager using the Symphony desktop app for my daily workflows, while my client likes to use their mobile phone. So as we can see here, this is my Symphony desktop view. All my client communications are conveniently located in a dedicated workspace labeled Clients, which we've just clicked into. Thanks, Ben.
And inside this workspace, we've got Symphony's broadcast bot, which I particularly love. What we're going to do is we have the ability within this to send out messages across WhatsApp, WeChat, SMS, Line, or all of them at once to multiple clients through these distribution lists. So we're going to, if you can do the honors, we're going to select the VIP market update list and drop a message in. And that's going out to multiple recipients from that list. Now, the beauty of this is you can integrate it with your CRM system. So if you have an approved directory of contacts, you can pull those lists in from there, or the end users can just take it upon themselves to do that straight from the UI. So super flexible.
Yeah, super cool. So as you can imagine, this broadcast bot allows us to get information out to our clients quickly and in one go, while our clients are all receiving this information from their preferred chat channel, which can be different. So whether that's SMS, WhatsApp, etc. And of course, it goes without saying that this automation removes that dreaded copy-paste action on repeat, or the need to ever write again, wrong chat, please ignore in a panic, which has happened once or twice. Yep. But of course, just makes the workflow much more efficient overall.
Exactly. So a bit less Control-C, Control-V in our lives. Who doesn't like that? That's a win. So we're going to pull up the message that's gone out to Harrison, lucky recipient, and have a look at it on his phone, if I mind out. So we can see that he's received that as a text message. So he wanted SMS. It's his preferred channel, and he's able to respond directly from that.
So a quick pro tip for Symphony users, if you're like me and like to keep your space tidy and optimize screen real estate, you may prefer this new way to view Symphony messages, which we'll show in a second. So if Min just clicks on the icon at the top of our Symphony desktop app, we see that the Symphony app now fits nicely in my busy desktop layout, all the while maintaining that practical and familiar user experience that still allows me to action and respond to messages quickly.
It's good, I like it, it's tidy, but I'm the big noisy one in this dynamic duo. So let's jump back to the full screen mode. I like the flashing lights. So the reason I prefer this view is within this workspace, I've got all of my external client conversations. I can manage things in real time and react to multiple messages coming in at once across different channels.
Yeah. That's actually pretty convincing. I can get behind
pitch,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But on that important point of centralization, we also now have a virtual number solution that allows you to have a dedicated business phone number, which you can share with your clients so that they have a single point of contact to reach you. So this, of course, makes it a lot easier for both parties, but also is helpful for business continuity at the firm.
Exactly. So on that topic, we're going to stick with the dedicated number piece. Dive into our second perspective. So we're going to switch gears and have a look at Harrison receiving that call. Now the cool thing here is I'm going to make that call with my dedicated Symphony number, but from the desktop. So I don't need to pick up my phone to respond to his message. So again, Min, if I can lean on you to start that call up. And we'll see the call box on the top left there, so that's dialing through to Harrison. I don't think you'll pick it up, but there's going to be a compliance disclaimer that just reassures everyone that it's recorded, it's being archived, you can sleep soundly.
Hey guys, thanks for sending the info across. Keeping my eye on the EV market. What do you think about the European manufacturers right now? The French side seems pretty innovative.
Yeah, we're keeping an eye on that, Harrison. I think the new regulations are going to come in next year, and we think it's probably going to kick off. So I'm actually on with the Paris team at the moment. You know Maysa, she's going to stop on and have a quick word with you, I think, about it.
Yeah, so I have been looking at the French market, and I know, Harrison, you've been brushing up on your French, so we'll just stick to that language. It'll be good practice. Salut Harrison, on te rappellera dès qu'on a plus d'infos sur ces fabricants de voitures électriques, on aura les prix et quelques idées d'investissement.
Thanks, Maysa, or should I say, merci.
De rien. All right, so if we just regroup from that, that was in part for the French speakers in the room, but also we promise serves another cool purpose for the demo, which we'll get to in a bit. But just for context, I just told our client Harrison that we'll get back to him with some investment ideas in the EV space. So from Harrison's perspective as the client, he was able to directly respond to our message and answer our phone call from his mobile phone. And from our perspective, as the private wealth managers, we were able to directly respond to his message and launch a call, all the while staying in the Symphony desktop app, which is our preferred view. And of course, all these voice and text conversations are recorded to ensure compliance and to allow us to review them later on for a few sales insights.
Perfect. So in the final section, we're going to just round out this end-to-end workflow and have a look at things from a compliance perspective.
Beyond basic record keeping, we hear that compliance officers also need an extensible solution that allows them to enhance existing lexicons while creating their own customized alerts as regulations evolve.
And you saw earlier on how on the Cloud9 side, we're looking at trader voice analytics. Our partner Umony in the background has been transcribing and analyzing that call that we had with Harrison in real time, even accommodating Maysa's flamboyant French outburst.
Oh, I try. So if we take a look, we're already there at this compliance alerts room in Symphony. As Chris mentioned, we're receiving alerts from Umony in real time via Symphony APIs. Some of these alerts are to indicate that a call has a high risk score or that it addresses a topic that we want to track for business insights, etc. Now, we mentioned that this is a live demo, so while we wait for that call with Harrison to transcribe, let's take a look at some past alerts. We know that our colleague Mauricio had a few calls this morning. Let's just see if there's anything we need to investigate further. If we go down to the risk score, right, we see we have a 70 out of 100 risk score. I think we should take a closer look.
It probably needs a closer look, yeah. So, Min, if you just click on the link there, we can jump from Symphony straight into the record in the Umony portal. And if we just expand that detail, we've got the audio recording, we've got the summary of the call, action items, and of course red flags. And the important thing here is that where those issues have been captured in the call, the flag is on that point. So the compliance officer really has a much shorter journey to the information they need.
Super cool. So now if we stay within this Umony portal view and go back to the call that we just had with Harrison, so here what we see is that Umony has identified the languages spoken, so French and English. It automatically translated the French portion into English, which is that last sentence in the summary. And of course, it summarized the action items and the topics discussed. So for instance, if you look at the flags section, This flag here has appeared because we've set up a customized alert to let us know anytime there's a conversation around electric vehicles, regardless of the language spoken.
Perfect. So what we've seen today is that beyond just regulatory compliance demand, we're now able to surface insights across all of these channels, all of your client conversations. So the entire end-to-end flow of data is now covered through Symphony and Umony. So let's wrap up. Just have a think back what we saw on those scenes. So the first scene, we had a look at Broadcast Bot. Super easy. We sent one message out to multiple channels and multiple clients at once.
In scenario 2, if you'll remember, we jumped from text to voice, reacting immediately to an inbound text message from our client, Harrison.
And in the last scene, you saw how Symphony has simplified that end-to-end workflow, ultimately powering not just compliance, but business intelligence as well.
So although Chris and I, and I'm sure Min and Harrison could go on with the demo, the real validation comes, of course, from our clients, which is why we're really happy to have on stage Jon from Symphony, who's going to be leading a Q&A with some of our customers to discuss the value that these communication channels have brought to their business. Jon, the stage is yours.
Afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, Harrison, Min, Maysa, and Chris. I'm thrilled to share the stage this afternoon with Mohamed from JP Morgan Private Bank and Mauricio from Bank of America, who are here to share a little bit more about how they use Symphony's federated solution for compliant messaging. So Mo, perhaps we'll start with you.
Oh, sure. So perfect. So I think the real powerful nature of how we use Symphony is that we've really managed to leverage an out-of-the-box solution that really already figured out all the compliance and encryption and security that comes with our highly complex environment, and really adapted to the changing needs that we see in our client base in the private bank. So really the ability to really adapt to whatever channels our client want us to reach them, and especially in the private bank where we deal with a lot of individuals across the world without having to really change the platform we use internally, right? So we've been long-term client of Symphony, as you know, and really the ability to not have to retrain our employees because we now have a new channel that we need to adapt to reach our clients have been a really powerful thing for us. So,
very good. And Mauricio, I know Bank of America has been a long-time client of Symphony. However, the deployment aspects are changing. Can you tell us a little bit about the plan ahead?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we've been a client for a long time, but we only had 2,000 licenses in global markets, and we now want to roll it out across the whole enterprise. So wealth management, investment banking, DCM, commercial banking. And there's several factors that have changed. One, the regulatory scrutiny on off-channel communication tools is very important. Everything has to be compliant. Everything has to be on tools that the bank can monitor. And client behavior has also changed. Clients want to communicate, as we just saw, on their mobile device. And the other factor was that we've historically across the enterprise have had up to 5 different chat tools, and the chat tools were not built for markets. Some of them, actually the majority did not have mobile, and hence we were at a disadvantage. The other thing I would say is that SMS, we're a global business, and SMS is not encrypted. It's very easy for messages to get hacked or malware to attack SMS, and we feel more confident with WhatsApp since it's encrypted, and hence we're very happy with that solution.
No, we're very excited that Bank of America is excited. It's also very exciting for Symphony. So, Mohamed, maybe you can share a little bit about why it is critical or important for your team to be able to message their clients on a platform of their choice.
Yeah, no, sure. So, in the private bank, really, our clients are what drives our business, right? Really, we design everything with the client at the center, right? So it's incredibly important for us to make sure that we can really adapt to their changing needs while maintaining the compliant manner of communication. So what's been incredibly important for us is, we have a very diverse set of clients across the world, right? We really, provide advice to a very diverse set of clients in Asia, in Latin America, in Europe, in the US. And I think it's been incredibly important to make sure that we can adapt to the channel that they want to reach us in. And I think, we see individuals that prefer emails, some people like the nature of real-time communication, some people prefer in person. So we really want to make sure that we can reach our clients in the channel they want to be able to provide them the best advice and the best client experience. And I think being able to do that while maintaining really the compliant manner of doing so was important. So,
Terrific. From an end user adoption perspective, Mauricio, knowing that you're going to scale pretty close to the enterprise deployment, what are some of the aspects of a successful deployment?
Look, I think I've been at several banks and seen different deployments, and I think for a Symphony deployment to 100,000 people, you need to have, one, it has to be ubiquitous, so it has to be across all your partners, your legal, onboarding, post-trade, electronic onboarding, and sales and trading across all the world. That's number one. It needs to be on the desktop. It needs to be on the mobile, on your iPad. And it has to have all the functionality. It has to have attachments, charts. You need to have bots. You need to have usage. That sometimes, if you don't have all that, clients will not remember they won't turn it on, and there won't be benefit. You need to offer all these benefits. It needs to be from day one, employee to employee, employee to the financial industry, employee to client, and it needs to. I think there's so many, as we saw, there's so many efficiency gains. We waste so much time with call reports when you're on the road. If you can have a call report from a phone call, it's going to be really, really successful. So,
and to be able to do it at scale, it's terrific, very exciting. So I'd like to thank you both for sharing a little bit about the exciting news that's happening at both your organizations. Symphony's been a long time supporter, right, and is thrilled to have you join us this afternoon.